The relationship between Taiwan and China has been rocky since 1949, when Chinese nationalist forces fled to Taiwan following the establishment of the People's Republic of China. China still considers Taiwan part of its territory and has not renounced the use of force to bring the island back under its fold. Under President Xi Jinping, China has been increasing military pressure on Taiwan, and the situation has deteriorated. China has exerted economic pressure by reducing its tourists to Taiwan, poaching its diplomatic allies, and restricting Taiwan's diplomatic space in international organizations. It has also been carrying out military drills around Taiwan and has been conducting military exercises to demonstrate its capability to launch an assault on Taiwan. Although China has not explicitly made any invasion plans public, it has been deploying military assets closer to Taiwan, including aircraft carriers, stealth aircraft, and ballistic missiles, significantly increasing Taiwan's vulnerability. In March 2021, Admiral Liu Xiaoming, China's former envoy to the UK, sent a message to Taiwan stating that China possesses the power to reunify Taiwan, with force, if necessary. This statement was viewed by some experts as a thinly veiled warning to Taiwan for its increasing ties with the United States. The Chinese Communist Party has been strengthening its military capabilities, specifically building anti-access, anti-denial missiles and air defense systems, to, in theory, stop the U.S. Navy from intervening on Taiwan's behalf if a conflict initiated. It is difficult to determine the exact timeline of any potential Chinese invasion of Taiwan, and it is possible that China will continue to expand pressure diplomatically, economically, and militarily on Taiwan. But, based on recent military drills, it is clear China is preparing for the possibility of conflict. A defensive strategy with diplomatic negotiations and international sanctions. The use of diplomatic negotiation and international sanctions is an excellent way of mitigating the risk of military conflict. Taiwan can engage in dialogue with other nations to find peaceful solutions to potential conflicts with China. International organizations, including the United Nations, can also play a vital role in resolving international disputes. Given the international pressure on China to respect human rights, Taiwan may also consider appealing to human rights organizations and lobbying for increased support for its democratic government. It would be essential for Taiwan to promote its image in the international community through programs aimed at enhancing Taiwan's democratic government, sharing success stories, and showcasing its technological innovation and green initiatives to garner the support of international partners. A well-prepared, well-trained, and well-equipped defense force, to ensure that Taiwan can defend itself adequately in case diplomatic negotiations and sanctions do not prove effective. It would be vital to have a well-trained and well-equipped defense force in place. This defense force can include air, ground, and naval units that are well organized and armed with advanced technology. The Taiwanese government should prioritize defense spending and collaborate with industry partners to develop a robust defense infrastructure. It would be necessary to establish relationships with other democratically oriented nations and leverage them to provide technological, logistical, and strategic assistance to the country in case of an attack. Logistical readiness is crucial in any defense strategy. Therefore, the Taiwanese government must ensure an adequate supply of weapons, ammunition, and medical supplies to last for a long time. It would be beneficial to create stockpiles, warehouses, and production facilities to manufacture and repair weapons and equipment. Additionally, it is important to develop technological advancements that allow Taiwan to scale defensive operations as effectively and cost-efficiently as possible. To maintain readiness, the government should conduct regular training and simulation exercises that take into account all possible scenarios. The exercises should be conducted at regular intervals to ensure that the defense force is easily deployable, and its fighting capability is always at the maximum level possible. Analysis of Taiwan geography. Here is some information on the geography of Taiwan that can help with developing a comprehensive defense strategy under the scenario parameters. Taiwan is an island located in the western Pacific Ocean. The island has a total area of about 36,000 square kilometers and is situated about 160 kilometers off China's southeastern coast. Taiwan is roughly 697 miles in length and 95 miles in width at its widest point. It is characterized by high mountain ranges in the central region and plateaus in the east and flat plains in the west. The coastline of Taiwan is about 1,127 miles, with most of it consisting of steep cliffs and rocky shores. There are relatively few natural beaches in the area. The island's perimeter is thus challenging terrain for any invading force, as the steep terrain makes troop movements harder. The central region, where the mountains are located, is the largest and most important area in Taiwan for the island's economy and population. It is a less accessible region, making it a strategic location to defend. The capital of Taiwan is Taipei, located in the northern region of Taiwan, and it has a population of over 2 million people. Given this geography, it would be crucial to deploy a comprehensive defense strategy that includes missile defense systems, anti-air and naval defenses, as well as the positioning of troops and equipment to protect critical infrastructure such as ports, airports, power grids, and telecommunication networks. Mountainous areas provide natural barriers against enemy troop movements, making it a strategic location to defend, while the relatively fewer natural beaches on the coastline could be protected with missile defenses, sea mines, and anti-ship missiles to make it harder for the enemy fleet to make amphibious landings. The Taiwan Strait is a potential area of concern, and adequate naval resources would need to be deployed, such as anti-ship missiles, to prevent an invading force from using it to transport personnel and supplies. The defense strategy could also make use of intelligence and surveillance technology to monitor any movement or military activities that may threaten Taiwan's security. Analysis of Taiwan infrastructure. The infrastructure of Taiwan is essential in defending the country from a potential Chinese invasion. Adequate infrastructure is necessary to support the transportation, communication, and mobilization of both defense personnel and equipment. Taiwan's transportation infrastructure includes railroads, highways, airports, and seaports. Taiwan's airports and seaports are critical entry and exit points for trade, tourism, and transportation of goods and people. Since an invading force might aim to seize control of these ports and airports, it is necessary to secure these sites with proper defenses, such as anti-ship missiles and sensors. Taiwan has high-speed rail networks that run the length of the country, which is a critical asset to swiftly move troops and equipment to where they are needed. However, it is essential to ensure that the high-speed rail network would not be sabotaged or bombed in the event of an invasion. Thus, infrastructure improvements are necessary to ensure that people and goods can move around without interruption during times of conflict. This can include the construction of protected underground tunnels or strategic design layouts of key infrastructure that render certain aspects of it relatively inaccessible to enemy forces, in case an invasion happens. Taiwan's communication infrastructure is necessary for monitoring and communicating between departments of the government, defense forces, and the general public. In case of an invasion, communication infrastructure would be one of the first targets. It is imperative to maintain and defend the telecommunication network as well as ensure that redundant communication channels are set up for emergencies. Improvements in Taiwan's telecommunications infrastructure can include developing protected underground tunnels for optical fiber communication cables, installation of reinforced communication towers and poles in key locations, and the establishment of backup power sources and satellite communication systems. Taiwan's power infrastructure is at risk in an invasion scenario. Maintenance, protection, and rapid repair of critical power infrastructure such as power station, transformers, and power transmission lines during an invasion scenario are crucial. Some areas along Taiwan's coast that could provide weak points in Taiwan's geography that are open to invasion by the Chinese military are 1. the southwest coast of Taiwan. Southwest Taiwan poses a significant challenge for a defensive posture as the terrain is flat and about 75% of Taiwan's population resides there. Its coastline is very close to China, and any invasion attempt can aim to seize control of the region rapidly. 2. Hualien and Taitung coasts. The Hualien and Taitung coastlines on the eastern side are relatively less populated, but their hilly and mountainous terrains make it difficult to defend as the Chinese military can attempt to navigate through the mountains. 3. The northern coastal area. Northern coastal areas, including Keelung, Taoyuan, and Ilan, lack natural defense points and are vulnerable to amphibious assaults and air attacks. Additionally, several critical infrastructure components, including airports and naval ports, are located in this region, making them a strategic target for an invading force. 4. The island chain of Matsu. The small, remote island chain of Matsu, located near China's coast across from Taiwan's Fujian province, has been a critical frontier of defense. In the past, Chinese military forces have conducted amphibious landing exercises in these areas, so Matsu is viewed as a potential weak point for Taiwanese defense. The west coast of Taiwan is a relatively flat and low-lying region stretching from Kaohsiung City on the south to Tainan City on the north. This area has a rainy climate, which, compounded with tropical storms or hurricanes, can cause extensive and prolonged flooding. The significant infrastructure in the region includes 1. Kaohsiung Port. Kaohsiung Port, located in the southern part of the region, is the largest commercial port in Taiwan and one of the most critical ports in Asia. The port handles the majority of Taiwan's container traffic and is a significant asset to Taiwan's economy. 2. Airports. The primary airports serving the southwest coast include Kaohsiung International Airport and Tainan Airport. Kaohsiung International Airport is an important transportation hub and one of the busiest airports in Taiwan. It has an excess of 7 million annual passengers in 2019. 3. High-speed rail stations. The Taiwan high-speed rail system includes several stations throughout the southwest coast, including Zhuiying Station in the Kaohsiung area and Tainan Station. 4. Power plants and industrial centers. The southwest coast of Taiwan has an extensive petrochemical industry comprising significant power plants and oil refineries. The Central Taiwan Science Park in Tainan houses several semiconductor and related electronic manufacturers. 5. Military bases. Several major military bases, including the Republic of China Navy's submarine and surface vessel bases, are located in the southwest coast region. These sites' strategic importance cannot be overstated. Hualien and Taitung Coast geography and infrastructure analysis and defense suggestions. The Hualien and Taitung Coast of Taiwan is located on the eastern side of the island. It's one of the most scenic areas of Taiwan, with a rugged coastline and a mountainous terrain. The geography of the area presents several challenges in terms of defense. The coastline is long and segmented with few natural harbors or ports, which make it susceptible to amphibious landing operations. Infrastructure in the area is limited compared to the western side of Taiwan, but there are still several critical infrastructure components in the region, including 1. Hualien Airport. Located near Hualien City, Hualien Airport is a small regional airport that provides air travel services to the east coast of Taiwan. The airport is equipped with one runway and is a key access point for the region. 2. Sueo Port. Suao Port, located north of Hualien and south of Ilan, is a small, but important harbor for fishing boats and local shipping lines. 3. Highway number 11, running along the Hualien-Taitung coastline. Highway number 11 is the major transportation route in the region, connecting important coastal areas like Ilan, Hualien, and Taitung. The highway runs through several scenic areas, including Qingshui Cliffs and Taroko National Park. 4. Water resource infrastructure. The East Rift Valley is the industrial breadbasket of the East Coast. The primary water source is from the river system in the Coast Range, which runs along the western side of the valley. The area contains several reservoirs and pumping stations to provide residents with a stable supply of water. 5. Military bases. A significant number of Taiwanese military bases are in the Hualien and Taitung coast areas. Hualien Air Base is located south of the Hualien city and houses the majority of Taiwan's Air Force's fighters and trainers. Taitung Air Force Base is situated in the south of Taitung City. Northern Coast Geography and Infrastructure Analysis in Basic Defense Strategy. The northern coastal area of Taiwan is a densely populated region with a developed infrastructure network. It includes major urban areas such as Taipei, Keelung, Taoyuan, and Ilan. The region is primarily composed of low-lying terrain, bays, and a series of interconnecting river networks that connect to the Pacific Ocean. The primary infrastructure of the northern coastal region includes 1. Transportation infrastructure. The Taipei Metropolitan Area Rapid Transit System is a sophisticated public transportation network that connects Taipei City and New Taipei City. This infrastructure provides convenient and rapid public transportation to a significant portion of the northern flatlands. The Taiwan High-Speed Rail System also runs through Taoyuan, providing efficient transportation to southern Taiwan. 2. Military bases. Several military bases are established in the northern coastal area of Taiwan. The Taoyuan Air Force Base, located in the Taoyuan area, is a critical military asset used for offense and defensive operations by the Taiwanese Air Force. Meanwhile, in Keelung, the naval base provides additional capacity for surface fleet docking and maintenance. 3. Seaports. The northern coastal region has developed several major seaports, including the Keelung Port, one of the most important ports in Asia. The Taipei Port, situated along the Tamsui River estuary, is also a critical infrastructure component of the region. 4. Airports. Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport, one of the most important airports on the island, is located in the Taoyuan area in the northern coastal region. Taipei Songshan Airport, located in the center of Taipei City, serves mainly domestic and regional flights. 5. Power plants. Northern Taiwan's power grid primarily produces electricity from thermal, hydroelectric, and nuclear sources. Several electrical power plants are located in the area, including the Linkou and Taichung power plants. Matsu Island Chain Geography and Infrastructure Analysis and Basic Defense Strategy. Geography. The Matsu Islands are located in the East China Sea, about 160 kilometers northwest of Taiwan. The island chain is composed of 19 islands, of which only a few are inhabited. The 4 main islands are Nangan, Beigan, Jihuang, and Dongyin. The islands are mountainous and consist primarily of granite and volcanic rock. The highest point in the Matsu Islands is on Beigan Island, which peaks at 298 meters above sea level. The region has a temperate and subtropical climate, with a rainy season from May to September. Infrastructure. Despite being a remote island chain, the Matsu Islands have a well-developed infrastructure to support their economy and tourism industry. Here are some of the key infrastructure details. Transportation. There are 3 airports in the Matsu Islands: Nangan Airport, Beigan Airport, and Dongyin Airport. These airports offer regular flights to Taipei and other major cities in Taiwan. The islands are also served by a ferry system, with regular service between the 4 main islands and several smaller islets. The ferry system is an important transportation link for residents and visitors. Telecommunications. The Matsu Islands have a modern telecommunications infrastructure, including high-speed internet and mobile phone service. The islands are also home to several radio and TV stations, as well as a cable TV network. Utilities. The islands have a reliable supply of electricity, provided by local power plants that use a mix of oil, gas, and renewable energy sources. The islands have a modern water treatment system, providing clean drinking water to residents and visitors. Tourism. The Matsu Islands are a popular tourist destination, particularly for visitors from Taiwan and China. The islands have a range of accommodations, including hotels, bed and breakfasts, and camping areas. The islands have a variety of attractions for visitors, including historic temples, museums, and scenic hiking trails. Fishing and water sports are also popular activities. Overall defense strategy. No country should ever invade any other country, and people who do invade should obviously be pushed back as soon as possible with as much force to deter a prolongated war. Peaceful attempts to resolve any political conflicts and prevent wars should always come first. However, with that said, China has been talking about how they are going to invade Taiwan and reunify Taiwan. Taiwan is a very peaceful, democratic, and successful country with many allies, a forward-thinking philosophy on laws and life in general, and as a whole, has a relatively peaceful and successful existence. Possible invasion strategies. Nuclear attack. One of China's options is to simply irradiate Taiwan with neutron bombs that will destroy all of the Taiwanese population, and then simply wait for it to no longer be irradiated and take it over. However, that is clearly not the intention of China, and to say so is completely stupid. Also, this would result in a massive nuclear strike against China or a massive carpet bombing and conventional attack on China that would lead to the death of millions, if not hundreds of millions to a billion people. China is not going to do this under any circumstances. Shock and awe. The other option that is most likely not going to happen is just destroying everything with conventional weapons, and then walking right in and taking over, and then spend trillions of dollars fixing Taiwan. That is also extremely unlikely and will result in an immediate attack of China by Taiwanese allies. Again, resulting in millions of dead people in China. Restricted force. The most likely invasion strategy would one that does not violate the laws of war, one that preserves civilian life as much as possible, and comes with a warning to allow enough time for cities to be evacuated of all civilian personnel with the exception of necessary personnel such as hospital workers, firefighters, and thus it would be a matter of a proxy war, similar to that of what is going on in Ukraine between the US and Russia. Numbers to remember. The Taiwan military has around 1.8 million people including reservists. Assuming the Chinese military has 10 million people, 1,000 ships, and 5,000 planes, total number, and their invasion is going to be involving 5 million troops, 500 ships with offensive weapons capability and 2,500 planes including UAV, cargo planes, fighters, bombers, troop transport planes, etc., in order to keep the other half of the military to defend the borders of China. This is what the strategy would involve. Taiwan defense strategy. The Taiwan defense strategy is going to be one of pure defense. The idea behind the strategy is to provide overwhelming firepower that will make the invasion so costly in human lives, infrastructure, and resources that they will retreat and never think about doing it again. Weaponry will be deployed in a mobile and fast response way to adapt to an ever-changing and fluid battlefield situation. The troops and equipment will be highly mobile, and air defense systems and anti-ship systems will be the main crux of the defense, along with a massive amount of heavy machine guns to destroy troop transport boats and eliminate invading forces that have made landfall. The machine gun positions, just like all the other weaponry, will be able to move from place to place and be placed on a swivel to allow for sweeping firepower that will overlap with other machine gun position fire. This will prevent any gap along the perimeter of the Taiwanese coastline from forming. Weaponry specifics: basic troop weapons rifle, M4 carbine, 2 million, 10 billion rounds. The US troops use the M4 carbine as their primary rifle. This is an assault rifle based on the AR-15 platform that fires the 5.5645mm NATO cartridge. The M4 carbine is a lightweight, air-cooled, gas-operated, magazine-fed firearm. It has a maximum effective range of about 500 meters, but its accuracy and range can be increased through the use of various accessories such as optics and bipods. The M4 is widely used by various branches of the US military, including the Army, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Navy. It has been used in numerous conflicts around the world, including the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Handgun, M17 and M18, 2 million 4 billion rounds. The US military uses the M17 and M18 handguns as their standard sidearms. These handguns are both based on the Sig Sauer P320 platform. The M17 and M18 are modular handguns that can be adapted to different mission requirements and individual preferences. They are striker-fired weapons that can be fired in single or double-action modes, and have a standard 17-round magazine capacity. Both handguns have a polymer frame that is both lightweight and durable. The M17 was initially adopted by the U.S. military in 2017 to replace the M9 Beretta as the service's standard sidearm. The M18 is a compact variant of the M17 with a shorter barrel and slide, and was introduced in 2019 for use by personnel who require a more compact handgun, such as aviation and military police units. These handguns are designed to be accurate, reliable, and easy to use, making them an ideal choice for a wide range of missions and scenarios. M110 Semi-Automatic Sniper System 20,000 units, 200 million rounds, with 20,000 snipers, approximately 12 perimeter mile of Taiwan and all of the minor outline islands. This would provide significant firepower and cause a large amount of chaos and fear for the invading forces on the battlefield. With the ability to fire at a semi-automatic rate, they will be able to fire much quicker and respond much quicker to individual enemy soldier movements. The U.S. military currently uses the M110 semi-automatic sniper system as its primary sniper rifle. This rifle is produced by Knight's Armament Company, and it fires the 7.62 by 51 mm NATO cartridge. The M110 SAS is a gas-operated, semi-automatic rifle that is designed to be highly accurate at long ranges. It has a free-floating barrel, advanced optic systems, and a match-grade trigger that all contribute to its accuracy. The rifle has a maximum effective range of around 1,200 meters. The M110 SAS has been in service with the U.S. military since 2008, and it has been used in a variety of roles and scenarios in Iraq and Afghanistan. It is used primarily by the U.S. Army, but it has also been adopted by some special operations forces and other branches of the military. Heavy machine guns, M2 Browning, 16,220, 1.622 billion rounds, with an 811-mile perimeter, including all of Taiwan's island chains that are under the control of the Taiwanese government, and a major island perimeter of 697 miles. This would put enough heavy machine guns along the perimeter to equal one machine gun every 80 meters or a 20 per mile of perimeter. This would absolutely devastate any incoming forces, especially considering the armor-piercing capabilities of the .50 BMG rounds, which are considered anti-material rifle rounds for armored vehicles with the exception of tanks. The U.S. Army uses the M2 heavy machine gun, also known as the Browning .50 caliber machine gun. The M2 is a belt-fed, recoil-operated machine gun that fires the .50 BMG cartridge. It is typically mounted on a tripod, vehicle, or aircraft, but can also be carried and fired by a single operator using a lightweight ground mount or M3 tripod. The M2 features a quick-change barrel system that allows it to fire for long periods without overheating. Its maximum effective range is around 1,800 meters, but its range and accuracy can be increased with the use of various accessories. The M2 is widely used by the U.S. military and is known for its reliability and effectiveness. It has been used in a variety of roles and scenarios, including anti-aircraft defense, vehicle-mounted suppression, and ground-based support. MANPADS, Man-Portable Air Defense Systems. MANPADS stands for Man-Portable Air Defense Systems. They are lightweight, shoulder-fired surface-to-air missiles used to destroy low-flying enemy aircraft such as helicopters, low-altitude fixed-wing aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles, and cruise missiles. MANPADS are relatively easy to operate and require minimal training, making them a popular choice for irregular and guerrilla forces. They typically consist of a launcher, a missile, and a thermal seeker that homes in on the heat signature of the aircraft's engine. FIM-92 Stinger, 3,244 32,440 rockets with 4 of these placed per mile of the Taiwanese perimeter, including all island chains. This would be a large amount of readily available, very mobile, handheld, surface-to-air missile air defense weapons that could be used on low-flying aircraft and cruise missiles. This would wreak havoc on any incoming helicopters, etc. There are several types of man-portable air defense systems that have different costs, capabilities, and effectiveness. Each system has its own unique set of features, making it difficult to determine which is the most cost-effective man-pads. This is a portable surface-to-air missile developed by the United States. It has a range of up to 8 kilometers and can be used against a wide variety of targets. The Stinger has been in service since 1981 and is one of the most popular man-pads in the world. Starstreak, 500 units, 5,000 missiles. With 500 of these advanced man-portable air defense systems, they would have to be strategically placed around high-value targets where fast, mobile, and extremely advanced air defense is an absolute necessity as a redundancy in a multi-layered air defense system. The Starstreak is a high-performance man-portable air defense system designed and manufactured by Thales Air Defense Limited. The missile system is designed to counter a range of airborne threats, including helicopters, UAVs, fixed-wing aircraft, and cruise missiles. The Starstreak has been in service with the British Armed Forces for several years and has been used by several other countries worldwide. What makes the Starstreak unique is its three-stage missile that uses laser guidance to provide high accuracy. The missile system is launched from a lightweight portable launcher, and the missile is guided to the target by an operator using a laser guidance system. The missile's warhead employs a laser proximity fuse to detonate the missile and destroy the target. The Starstreak missile system has a range of up to 7 kilometers and can travel at speeds of up to Mach 3. The missile's high speed and maneuverability make it difficult for enemy countermeasures to intercept it. Overall, the Starstreak man-pad system is a highly advanced and capable anti-aircraft weapon platform designed to provide high-precision and countermeasure-resistant defense against airborne targets. SAMs, Surface-to-Air Missile Systems, HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, 250 units, 10,000 rockets. With 250 of these around Taiwan and all of its major outlying islands, it can provide for a robust surface-to-surface defense in support of any troop positions, and can easily destroy enemy tanks, trucks, anti-air defense systems, etc. rapidly with a very high accuracy rate. The HIMARS is a military weapon system that stands for High Mobility Artillery Rocket System. It is a weapons platform that is designed to launch precision-guided rockets to strike targets on the ground at long ranges. The HIMARS is a highly mobile system that can be transported by truck, making it easy to rapidly deploy to different locations. It is used by both the U.S. Army and Marine Corps, and it has been in service since 2005. The HIMARS is capable of launching a variety of rockets, including the Army Tactical Missile System and the Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, among others. These rockets have a range of up to 300 kilometers, speed of 2,300 miles per hour or 3,800 kilometers per hour, and can be equipped with a variety of warheads for different types of targets, including vehicles, fortified positions, and personnel. Overall, the HIMARS is a highly effective and versatile weapon system that can be used to provide precision fire support to ground forces in a variety of tactical situations. Surface-to-Air ship missiles, Mobile Coastal Defense System, 16 batteries, 500 missiles. With this many along the coast of Taiwan, there will be no gap where ships would be able to get into. This would provide a massive amount of firepower that would make it difficult for ships to attack Taiwan. The U.S. Army and the U.S. Marine Corps operate the land-based Mobile Coastal Defense System that can launch the Naval Strike Missile, which is also an anti-ship missile. The MCDS is designed to quickly deploy mobile missile launchers to coastal areas, where they can provide an additional layer of defense against enemy vessels. The missile system utilizes a truck-mounted launcher, with each launcher carrying a set of missiles, which can be operated remotely, enabling the operators to remain safely and hidden within a protected shelter when firing. The NSM missile has a range of over 100 nautical miles and is guided by GPS and an imaging infrared seeker, which enables it to locate and hit the target ship even in the presence of clutter or defensive countermeasures. Overall, the Mobile Coastal Defense System and Naval Strike Missile provide the U.S. military a highly mobile and flexible land-based anti-ship capability to protect coastal regions and critical objectives from naval threats. Surface-to-air missile systems. The United States military currently uses multiple surface-to-air missile systems to defend against airborne threats, such as enemy fighter jets, unmanned aerial vehicles, and cruise missiles. Some of the SAM systems used by the U.S. military are the Patriot system, 3 batteries and 500 missiles costing $2 billion. With 3 of these, Taiwan would have an extremely robust air defense system that would most likely be able to stave off any attack. The Patriot missile system is a long-range, all-altitude, air defense missile system that is primarily used by the U.S. Army and allied nations to defend against airborne threats. Here are some specifications of the Patriot missile system. 1. Range. The Patriot missile system has an operational range of up to 160 kilometers. However, with upgrades, the system is capable of engaging targets out to a maximum range of up to 300 kilometers. 2. Speed. The Patriot missile system's missiles, known as PAC-3 and PAC-2, can reach speeds of up to Mach 5.0 and Mach 3.0, respectively. 3. Altitude. The Patriot missile system can target and intercept incoming threats at altitudes of up to 24 kilometers. 4. Target. The Patriot system's missiles are designed to target a wide variety of airborne threats, including incoming missiles, aircraft, and even unmanned aerial vehicles. 5. Guidance system. The Patriot missile system uses advanced radar and guidance systems to track and intercept incoming threats. The system includes multiple radars, including the phased array and MPQ-53 radar and the Ku-band and MPQ-65 radar. Overall, the Patriot missile system is a highly advanced and capable air defense system that provides critical protection to deployed forces and allied nations from a wide range of airborne threats. The Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, 1 battery, 100 missiles, $1.5 billion. This is a long-range, land-based missile defense system designed to shoot down short, medium, and intermediate-range ballistic missiles in their terminal phase. It has a maximum range of around 200 kilometers and is capable of intercepting targets at altitudes of up to 200 kilometers. Conclusion: with the price tag of everything being under $30 billion and the excessive amounts of weaponry and firepower per perimeter mile of Taiwan, this certainly lays a good foundation for the defense of Taiwan in the hypothetical scenario where China invades using ships, airplanes, troops, landing craft, tanks, armored vehicles, bombers, ballistic missiles, and hypersonic missiles. With the combination of defense weapons above, ranging from anti-ballistic missile weapons to anti-cruise missile weapons to anti-ship missiles, anti-aircraft missiles, anti-tank weaponry, so on so forth, both handheld and platform-based, the Chinese military would have a very difficult time taking Taiwan over. Taiwan should invest in its own defense, as it does, and simply maintain a ready position in case of invasion. Under no circumstances should any hostile actions be taken toward the Chinese government or people under any circumstances. Only defensive actions. As far as positioning of individual weaponry, the Patriot missile batteries should be placed in highly populated areas as critical defense infrastructure, along with the handheld Starstreaks and THAAD ballistic missile defense system. The defense of Taiwan as far as the individual areas should be concentrated depending upon how much infrastructure and population there is and how geographically open to attack and invasion it is. The 4 areas listed above should be given priority due to population, close proximity to China, and critical infrastructure. However, there is more than enough weaponry to go around in this proposed defense strategy for Taiwan. Thank you for listening to another ASMR documentary. If you like the video, subscribe, share, comment, and like. Have a great night.